GT Divide Podcast coming at you another episode. So my guy talking about how men only need a few things, women need a lot of things. Uh, I agree. Men are very simple. Women are very complex in needs and needs being met and all that stuff. They're very emotional creatures, and so they will make decisions with their emotions. But I like what this guy has to say. I'm gonna let him rock, and then we're gonna react to it.
Females want to nag at a nigga all day about what they do wrong. But if a nigga get to nagging, y'all gonna cry. Females got 50 sets of things that they want in a relationship with the men. Men only need four. We don't even need four. We gonna be satisfied if you just do one of them four.
What's the four? So I can.
Men just want respect, to be heard, sex, and just to be there, loyalty. That's all we want. But female don't even complete one of those. They gonna be like, okay, I can vary with that shit. That's cool. We're well worth through it. I ain't even tripping on that shit. But listen, females, 50. Even if a nigga get 40 of them correct, we doing 40 of those 50. Y'all let the 10 that we don't do overpower the 40. So now you gonna leave me off the other 10 I don't do for another nigga who doing that 10 but don't do the other 40.
Man, I said that before. I like what this guy said, man. Men are simple. We will conform. We will consolidate our needs, right? We will compromise our needs more so than a woman. Women will compromise a relationship for the needs that aren't being met, right? Whereas men will compromise the needs that aren't being met for the relationship. And so they'll stick around and they'll deal with disrespect, they'll deal with no sex, they'll deal with that as long as they possibly can. Now when a man breaks, when he gets to that point he breaks, he ain't coming back. That's what they say about women. Women ain't coming back, yada yada yada. You don't understand. It takes a lot for a man to break. It's easy for a woman to break, like you just said. A man can be doing 40 of those 50 items that you have on your list, and you'll leave him for a guy that does 10. That shows you that you are easily, right, broken away from the relationship. And so that's the crazy thing to me. That's the insane part of this whole thing is that men get dealt the wrong bad hand a lot, and we will still stick it out as long as we possibly can. And like he said, we yes respect. We want to be heard. We want to be respected. We want to have sex, and we just want you to be there. We just want you to show up, right? We want you to show up when we need you. When we need you the most, we want you to be there. Because understand this, a good man, if you got a good man and you not there for him, right? There's another woman that's going likely to be there for the good man. She will show up for that dude. Just because you won't do it, don't mean everybody else won't do it. And I think that women get that mindset in a relationship. They're like, man, like he ain't doing these 10 things for me, so he ain't shit. Ain't nobody else gonna want him. Motherfucker, it's a woman out there that will take, there's good women out there that will take that 40 things and they will pedestalize that thing. This is my king right here. He does 40 things. I ain't worried about the 10. You can just throw the 10 in the trash. I don't even care. We'll figure that stuff out later, right? There is women out there that want that. I'm gonna paint a picture for you guys. I'm gonna go in depth on this one. I like what this guy's talking about. I'm gonna paint a picture for you guys. You have a man, works 55, 60, 65 hours a week, busts his butt, pays for everything, don't ask no questions, don't argue, pays for everything, takes care of business, goes to church, takes care of the kids, helps out around the house. When you need something, you get it. Hard to tell you no, right? You know what I'm saying? He's that dude. It's hard to tell his woman no, man. She asks for something, got to figure out a way to get it, right? Takes care of the kids, loving person, right? So instead of looking at what he does good, those are great things right there. Just that in and of itself, box that up, and the majority of females would take that. Just that right there, just that piece. And so I think that we get in that women get in the mindset that they deserve more. They always have a mindset of I deserve more, more. The problem is you gotta. What are you bringing to the table to deserve the more that you think that you deserve? What do you bring to the table? And most of them ain't even bring but one of four items. If you bring in one of four items, but you think you deserve more than 40 or 50 items, something's wrong with you. Something's definitely wrong with you. But that's the mindset. That's the culture that we have around women in the world today because we've literally pedestalized and idolized women. They can do no wrong. They don't need to be responsible. Men need to be responsible. Churches do the same thing. Churches can't even teach a wife how to be a wife, but they can damn sure scold a husband, teaching him how to be a husband. You got to do this. You got to do this. You got to protect. You got to provide. You got to do this, and this. I don't care about that shit. If you're not going to make both sides better, then you need to shut up. This go for churches. They can go for anybody. I don't care. If you're not gonna take it upon yourself to make both sides better, take a deep breath and shut up. Because we're not playing that game. And so she will leave him for the 10%. All this dude does this one thing that I like. Even though this guy does everything else, right? Provides for you, protects you, makes you better, pushes you to be better, supports your dreams, invest in your dreams, invest in you, invest in the family, right? Great dad, takes care of business. Whatever you need something, he there, he's showing up. You call, he may not answer immediately. He might be busy, he might be asleep, but when he gets to there, done, in there, you'll trade that in. Oh, I just want to feel good for a little bit. Sounds like women to me. So, with that being said, and having the understanding, right, the peace of mind, it doesn't make sense to me in that situation why you would leave that. Like, you got all this stuff over here and you leave it for this. Now, there's women out there, there's good women out there. Oh man, there's good. There are men that operate like women. Don't get me going. The feminist movement has definitely touched on men too. So there are men that act like women out here. There are men out here that operate on the same magnitude, the same mental fortitude as a woman does. Right? I've heard of guys saying that they divorced their wife because they lost love feelings. The most pathetic crock of shit I've ever heard. If a dude says that's something wrong with him, you gotta check his mental status. He might have some type of disorder because I ain't never heard of that shit. Because number one, men are working. I mean, we are hard workers. We bust our butt for the ones that we love, and so it's hard for me to be like, well, I just lost love feelings. Like I didn't think love was a feeling in the first place. Sounds like an emotional person. So y'all want feminine men, that's what you get. Y'all can have that. The man's gonna leave literally one day wake up not loving you anymore and say that it's over because I don't have love feelings. Crazy. I'm gonna sit back, guys, 'cause I'm trying to relax a little bit. And so when I think about it, I'm like, man, like, how do we get here to this point? Like, how do we get to this point where it is frowned upon for a woman to be okay with accepting a little less than she may want? How do we get here? But men are forced to accept less all the time. It's men, you just have to accept it. I remember I went to, before getting married, we went to the pastor. I wish I would have never done this. Um, First of all, he messed up. He read us the five love language book, but my love language wasn't even in the book. That was literally a book geared toward women. So he gave us his book. I read it and I'm okay. But what he told me is is crazy. It's basically you got to give up everything to give her and the kids and the family everything. You got to give up everything. I'm like, time out, time out. Somebody blow the whistle. Time out. So you're telling me that she don't got to sacrifice nothing because everything's being sacrificed for her. And this is under Christian. This is what Christians are saying, which Christians don't even value the relationship as God made it. So I don't even know why they would even do marriage counseling in the first place. Like they don't even value the relationship as God made it. God literally ordained relationships to put a depth chart together. But for some odd reason, Christians don't even follow that. Pastors don't follow that, but they'll sit there and try to give you marriage counseling. I'm like, how can you give us Christian marriage counseling if you're not even following the way God made marriage or made it to be? God did not say, hey, husbands, make sure that your wives are always happy. He did not say, hey, wives, you need to boss your husband around and take charge of everything. Right? He didn't say none of that. Like none of that's even biblical. So I don't even know where they get that from. But that's what they teach you. And so It's crazy to me that we have gotten to this position, but that people turn to these avenues to try to fix the problem. When the actual problem, the fix to the problem literally is gratitude. If you have an attitude of gratitude, you're thankful for the 40 things that this guy does for you. And you ain't worried about the 10. Women lack gratitude. It's always the more, more, more. I need more personality. My guy said it best. So hopefully, guys, stay woke out here, man, because this is getting crazy out here in these streets. Stay woke out here. Women, if you have a man that's feminine that operates in the confines of a woman type of mindset, feminist mindset, I need more, right? I need more. I deserve more. I deserve better. Thinks they deserve better all the time, but they won't be better. They just think that they just should be handed better. Feminism done got them. Sorry, women. If you deal with a dude like that, that's even worse than dealing with a woman like that. Because we expect women to be like that. We don't expect men to be like that. We expect men to be masculine individual. But if you got a feminine male that operates like a woman, which I've met quite a few, and they're easily controlled. Like if you want control over a man, you better not mess with a masculine dude because a masculine dude you ain't having no control of that dude. You're not going to control the heck out of him. He will respect you, do things that you want him to do. If you ask him to do something, he will get it done. But there's a difference between asking, right, and controlling. You're not going to control a masculine man. Now, a feminine dude, oh yeah, you can control the heck out of a feminine dude. Tell him anything. He might be soft in the mind too. If you say one thing about him, he's gonna be crying in the corner later at night. Like, no, soft, sensitive. So men, we don't need to be, and I think women talk about, oh, I need you to be vulnerable. No, 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 no. I heard it in a podcast today. We need to be tender. When it's time to be tender to your wife, to your daughter, to your kids, you gotta be able to flip the switch. You don't want to be no hard dude walking around buff like this, chest all stuck out all day, every day. You're gonna have a heart attack. There's times when you gotta flip the switch and be tender-hearted, loving, caring. But yeah, so if you are out here and you're a woman and you over here doing this crazy shit where you over here got 40, you got a 70% good dude and you leave him for 30%, and then the dude that you left him for only giving you 30%, you done gave up 70%. Now you sitting over here looking like a complete idiot. That's your fault. That's all I'm saying. It's your fault. You did it to yourself. Didn't nobody do that to you. You did it to yourself. And if you do that to yourself, you deserve whatever comes with it. I hope the dude that gave you 70% never come back. I hope you have to live your life with 30%. Dudes, if you leave your woman talking about, I lost love feelings, I'm just a little bitch, I lost love feelings. If you leave your woman because you lost love feelings, you're not a man, number one. Definitely not a man. That's some unmanly shit to say. I done heard a couple people that did that, and I'm just like, bro, they're not men. Like that's a female in a man's body. They're feminine. And so they lost love. I hope that nobody ever gives you love like that again. Sorry, not being negative, keeping it real. You're gonna get what you deserve. When you put yourself in a position like that, you always get what you deserve. Karma is cold as heck. But it's GT the Vibe podcast. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. Want to give you a little wisdom, a couple tidbits. If you like our stuff, like, subscribe to the channel, share our content. We love getting shared. Uh, I'm trying to spice it up a little bit. We're going to get the girls back together soon. There's been a couple changes, life changes for all of us. So we're kind of schedules is flipping and changing. We'll update you guys on what we're doing. We're going to keep rocking though. We're going to keep it pushing. Again, this GT the Vibe podcast. Done rocking with you. We out.